coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, boom. I appreciate the support. Bang. 33 years of prison stories, man. We out here pushing P, positive energy. Pushing it. Yeah. Don't care what nobody else doing. That's what we doing over here. Like I tell y'all all the time, man, this is a movement, not a moment, man. So I appreciate everybody who's on Team Banky Pound, TBP Nation. Man, I appreciate the love, man. We growing slowly but surely, you know, little motion is still motion, so we still moving, man. So I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the new people that's been rocking with me, all the people that's over there in that morning mud, man, having fun in the morning, you know, starting your day off with positive energy. Everybody who's joined me on the Twitch, we growing over there. We having a little fun over there too, man. So y'all stay tuned in, stay tapped in, man. We gonna keep it moving. We got a lot of new things coming, man. I got some collaborations coming. I got some interviews coming. I got, 33 years of prison stories, man. We just getting started, man. 12,365 days worth of stories, man. And y'all ain't got nothing about 2 years worth. So we out here. We out here, man. So everybody who rock with TBP Nation, man, big love to you. Big love. And shout out to everybody, man, who leave them comments, man. I told you them comments sparks a lot of these videos. Them comments helps grows the page, them likes, subscribe. A lot of people is watching, they not subscribed. It just takes a minute, man. Take the time to subscribe. I would appreciate it, man. It helps this thing grow. And the more we grow, man, the more people hear this message, man, the more people join this movement. And that's what we trying to do, man. We trying to get it out here to the universe. So salute TBP Nation, man. We out here, man. Y'all duck them hooks, man. They out there, hooks and crooks. Today, man, I wanted to go right back up in that VI, man. That dance floor, that visiting room, man. That everybody. One thing I never understood. The whole time I was in prison for 33 years, I never understood why they called the visiting room the VI. I never understood that, and I never asked. But it's always called the VI. It's called the VI in a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? But call it the dance floor, the boom boom room, whatever you want to call it, man. But a lot of things happen over there. A lot of things happen over there, man, in that visiting room, man. And over the years, I've seen so many things over there, man. I wouldn't even know where to start, man. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't even know where to start, man. It's just amazing, man. I remember when I first started, and when I first got my real, well, to be honest, where I got to go back to receiving. Man, I remember being in receiving and getting that first visit, man, because, you in the jail, you get visits, you always talk through a glass. But I remember getting that first contact visit, man, and receiving, man. And it was just so crazy because I had been in the jail for over a year and being locked up that long and never having that contact, that human contact with people that you used to having human contact with. For to get that, man, it's just like amazing, man. It gave you a sense of freedom, and it also gave you a sense of what you was missing. You know what I'm saying? Because, the first time being locked up, man, and you be locked up that long and you never around the people that you have been around every day of your life, it's just a weird feeling, man. It's hard to explain, but, visiting is essential in prison, if you ask me, especially if somebody doing some real time. Those visits, man, is like a lifeline for you, man. It lets you know you still alive, you still matter, people still care about you, still care about your well-being. So, man, yeah, and like I said, a lot of dudes do their time by them visits. If they don't get them, man, they got a whole different disposition, man. And I was one of them, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, you know what I'm saying. And I can't even imagine how my bit would have went without receiving visits, man. Seeing my mom, seeing my sisters, my brothers, my kids, man, my wife at the time. I don't know how my bit would have went, if I wouldn't have had that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that kept me grounded, real like be in your mind like, man, I can't do this. I won't be able to, get a visit no more. I won't be able to see my people. That type of stuff run through your mind before you make a decision, man. And it weighs heavily on you for real, man, because it's some serious stuff, man, to be able to go over there and see your people when you're around a bunch of people that you don't know every day of your life. People who don't care nothing about you, don't, care if you live or die. The administration is against you, the average dude beside you on your left against you, on your right against you, behind you, in front of you against you. So to go over there and get love, man, even if it ain't nothing but for an hour, a couple of hours or something, man, it's monumental. It'll carry you all the way through the week for your next visit, But yeah, man, Southampton was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting them visits and receiving right there, man, was wild, man. Man, you started cutting up and everything. You learn what you can do and what you can't do, what you can push, what you can try to do, how you can sneak and do this and sneak. Man, it was just, yeah, it was a different scenario, man, different scenario. And just to be able to touch somebody after so long, not even being able to touch them, to hug them, to kiss them, it was just crazy. It was surreal, man. It was surreal. But then I go to the wall, so when I get in the wall, oh man, we in a whole different ball game now. We in a different league because these is veterans in prison. These dudes has been locked up for decades, 20, 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's mostly like old timers there, dudes that know how to bit, so you get up in there, you start seeing crazy stuff, man. You be like, man, what? And you know what I'm saying? Things that when you in receiving, man, you basically get ready to, you getting prepped to go to prison. You understand? You in prison, but you getting prepped to go to prison. This is where they supposed to be giving you all the rules and regulations or whatnot. And they be there so down on you, though, so you'll think that this how it is because this is your first experience. But then if you go to a place like I went to the wall, you be like, oh, no, this is different. This is way different. Man, them jokers was coming in there. Some of them jokers, man, they been locked up so long, man. They still coming in there dressing, like the 70s and stuff, man. And I went in, I'm up in prison like at 87, 88, you know what I'm saying? These jokers coming in there like they dressing from the 70s because back then you could wear your own clothes in the visiting room, man. Them dudes coming in there with stack heels on, bare bottoms. I mean, like skin tight pants, man. I mean, it was just crazy. And then they in there, doing all types of stuff that you ain't been used to seeing or that you didn't think was possible. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, them dudes in there they was getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So it was a learning experience. I could see it. Dudes in there, man, having sex in the visiting room. You know what I'm saying? Sneaking behind the machines and stuff. Sneaking in the bathroom, paying the officers to let them go in the bathroom for 15, 20 minutes. The girl or wife or somebody sneak in cash and give it to the CO. He turn his back and let you slide up. Man, I was like, man, I didn't even know those things were possible. I didn't even know they was possible, but now I did know they was possible. I was trying to figure out how can I participate? What I gotta do, who I gotta know, who I gotta pay. But it was just crazy. But it was like the old heads had the game. You know what I'm saying? They had the game. So you had to sit back and watch until you can get in the game. You had to learn because if you mess it up, you know what I'm saying, you mess it up for everybody. And if you mess it up for everybody, guess what? Then you got beef with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And coming into prison and you new and you green, man, you already on, you already on go, you already on alert, you already, like paranoid, so you don't want to do nothing that, may cost you, you know what I'm saying? But man, I used to be just like, in awe. And then, man, sometimes my mom was coming to see me, man, and I used to be so embarrassed for my mom to be in there and she looking around and she seeing things that she probably ain't never seen in public before, especially in a public place where, it don't supposed to be happening. It just was weird, man. It was crazy, man. It really was eye-opening, though. It was eye-opening like I don't know what. But, yeah, I can remember that, man. And as the years went by, man, started rolling by and the decades started rolling by and I started, well, they weren't rolling by, but they was coming. You know what I'm saying? And I started, experiencing more and more different things and seeing more and more different things in the visiting room, man. And I've seen a lot, man. From fights to, people having sex, drugs, alcohol. I mean, you name it, man. I done seen it. I done seen it in the visiting room. It all goes down, man. And I know y'all be saying to yourself, how is that possible? It's possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. I know at least anywhere from personally that I know. I've heard of many more, but I personally know at least 5 to 6 or 7 dudes that got, kids from the visiting room. Kids that they made in that visiting room. I know one dude in particular, he got about 4 that he done made in the visiting room. You know what I'm saying? So things like that happen, man, under that, all of that pressure, all of them lights, all of them cameras, all of them eyes on you. It still gets done. It still gets done, man. And it's amazing, man, what dudes would do and the resolve they have, man, when you take away everything from them. They'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? They'll find a way, man. That's why I be always saying a dude that done went through what he went through in prison, man, he should, if he get out, man, he should be able to, at least navigate his way through the things that's going to come at you out here, because the difference between out here and in there is now out here, man, cameras is everywhere too, but they always been in there. They always been in there, you know what I'm saying? Especially in places like the visiting room, stuff like that. And these dudes are able to pull off stuff, man, right up under the eye of everybody. And they can pull it off, man. I knew this one dude in particular, man. I remember this dude one time. It was a white dude, man. I cannot remember his name. I do, but it's kind of sketchy. But he was one of them white dudes that always get high. He always, drunk. He just one of those dudes. When you see him, he just look like he always under the influence of something. But he was a cool white dude, so a lot of dudes mess with him. Plus, he get a little money, because he'll go over that visiting room, he'll come back with stuff. But his thing with that alcohol, man, he loved to drink. He loved it. And, man, I'm telling you, man, I don't know how this woman used to do it, but I don't know if it was his girlfriend, his wife. But she used to come up in that visiting room, man, every week, man. And somehow, somewhere, we know how, but how? How? Man, she used to have 10, 15 bottles of them airplane bottles of liquor. 10 or 15 of them. And she would just be pulling them out, and they be looking around, and she'd hand it to him, and he'll knock it straight down. Sometimes he'll take it and bust a couple of them and pour them and keep pouring them and fill up his soda can. He'll drink the whole soda and fill up his soda can. Man, that joker be up in that visiting room lit. He be up in there drunk as a skunk. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll eat mints and stuff, or when he go out so they couldn't smell alcohol on him. You know what I'm saying? But, man, he used to come out there, man, I done seen him come out of that visiting room wobbly, drunk, man, coming to party. He be lit up. But this woman used to bring him 10, 15 bottles of airplane liquor, man. And he used to drink them, man, drink them until he eventually got caught. Because, like I say, you can get away with something for a long time, but then it's either going to be somebody get jealous, somebody going to tell on him, or either he going to slip up or she going to slip up. I don't know what the case was, but I remember he got caught, and that was it, man. They just tighten the shakedown up. They do that every time they catch something. They tighten it up. They make it more tight, but it don't last forever. You know what I'm saying? Because they get loose with it, because they ain't really trying to do their job anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they'll get loose with it, but it'll go like that when somebody get tore off and with something or anything. It's gonna tighten up for at least the next 6 months. Everything gonna come to a screeching halt. So that's why dudes be getting mad when something happen in that visiting room, because they got this going on, they got that going on, and then you get something tore off and they tighten up on the visiting room, they put the chokehold on it. They checking people more thoroughly, they taking longer to get you over there, they checking you more thoroughly, in and out. It's just a process. But man, I remember he got tore off, man, they were bringing him out that joint, he was drunk as a skunk. They taking him out the visiting room, he drunk, man. I'm talking about sloppy drunk. So it was crazy, man. But that made the visiting room tightening up with that, man. But yeah, this joker was actually drinking in the visiting room every weekend. How she got that many bottles in there? I have no idea. But she got them in there. That's a fact. I remember on a family day visit one time, man. He had so many bottles of that liquor, man. He was selling them little bottles, man. He was already drunk. He was selling them joints. I'm like, man, she's a beast. She's a beast. She was getting it in. And she was a small lady. Small, man, but it just shows you, man, the things that can happen in that visiting room, man. A lot of things go down in there, man. Dudes, like I say, they gonna figure it out, man. Figure it out. I done seen dudes come out that visiting room, man, with pajamas. I done seen them come out there with pajamas. I done seen them come out there with tennis shoes. I done seen them come out there with wife beaters. I done seen them come out there with CDs. CDs, man. And you know, later on, you know, the phones, I see dudes, some dudes, they got their jump through the visiting room. They go in there and come out with that. I'm like, man, how you know, yeah, it was just, it's amazing, man. But you know, under pressure, man, you know, pressure busts pipes, man, but it also make diamonds. Yeah, you know, it make diamonds too, man. And some dudes, like I say, they do their best work under pressure, man. They do their best work under pressure. Obviously, you know, I done told y'all before, I done seen plenty of fights break out in there. Dudes get to rumbling. I done seen dudes rumble each other. I done seen two dudes in the visiting room. He visiting somebody, but this is the first time they seen each other, and they been beefing and beefing. They was beefing on the streets. You know what I'm saying? They had that beef, carried their whole beef in there. They on the same institution, but one of them on this side, the other one on that side. They ain't gonna never run into each other because of the way the compound is, unless they in that visiting room together. And they ended up in that visiting room together. They both keep on looking at each other. They both keep on getting each other the eye. They whispering, nodding, you know, mouthing to each other. And one of them stand up, and when he stood up, the other one stood up. And then I remember the dude, it was his girl visiting him, it was his mom visiting him, and he started like he going over there. She grabbed onto his shirt, telling him to sit down. He like, man, F you. And they just, boom, crash. Bam, bam, bam. They clapped in the visiting room. Everybody, people sliding back, everybody moving back. They done call it cold, all the police come rushing in there. But amongst all this chaos, if you stop and take your eyes away from the fight and all of that, which most gonna be drawing to people, man, you'll see the people over there, man, getting it in, man. They'll start, people start trying to have sex, man. You'll see dudes start chucking drugs, man. I mean, everything, because this is going on and this is where the focus is and all of that to go on. But the crazy part about that was they had the cameras. So even though everybody's focused on the fight and you doing all these things that you think you're getting away with because everybody looking at the fight, people forget about the camera. You know what I'm saying? And they get away that day. And people have gotten charges like that. They get away that day, and them people run that camera back because they have to run it back because it was an altercation in the visiting room. And they'll see all the stuff they did. They'll see the people that was having sex. They'll see the people, you know, suitcasing drugs, and they'll see all of that. And then they'll run down on them. You know what I'm saying? They'll run down on them 2 or 3 days later. So dudes be screaming bloody murder. Man, how you gonna come run there and tell me I did this and I did that in the visiting room? I went over there, I got shook there, and I can't. Man, we saw you. You on camera. They like, nah, it won't me. You know what I'm saying? Some shaggy stuff, it won't. But they got you. They came and locked dudes up for having sex when an altercation break out in the visiting room. And it's like, this is like a Wednesday. Visiting was Saturday, and you locking me up telling me I was having sex in the visit. Why y'all ain't? Well, it was an altercation over, but we got you on camera. Suspend the girl's visit, you know, or either or terminate it. You know what I'm saying? Lock him up with a charge, engaging in sexual activities. So it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? But dudes gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Dudes gonna do it. Dudes is fiending. Dudes is starving. You know what I'm saying? This is what they missing, and this is their opportunity, so they take it. It's no different if you got all these dudes locked up in a tornado coming and tear the fence down. Do you think some dudes is not gonna run for that opening? Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? This is the break they've been waiting for. So when something break out like that in the visiting room, this the break they was waiting for. You know what I'm saying? So they make the best of it. Then you have some dudes that's trying to get drugs, and they people that bought the drugs in there, but they ain't seen the right opportunity. You can see them. You will know them. You will know them. If you've been in the visiting room before, or you've been in prison before, you will know them. Because they be like that. They be trying to be all calm and cool, but, you know, they always looking around, take a drink of their soda, they looking around, they fidgety. You know they get ready to do something. You know they just waiting for that right moment. You know what I'm saying? It just be a wild scene, man. It be a wild scene, man. It be, you know, if you have to be used to going over there not to get distracted and pay attention to your visit and what you got going on. You'll have to be used to it, because if you're not, it's gonna be so much going on around you, man. It's gonna make you lose focus. Normally people who come visit people, if they not veterans of coming and visit somebody. They be caught up. They be more caught up in not talking to their own visitor at all the stuff that's going on around them because it's new to them. You understand? It's new to them. Listen, man, I was on the compound one time with this dude, man. A lot of people probably gonna know this the joke I'm talking about, but I ain't gonna call it. I can't call his name anyway. But man, check this out, man. I can remember this dude, man. He actually was visiting. He had, I heard it was his wife. Could have been his girlfriend. The rumor was his wife. I don't know because I ain't know it like that. But he was like 6'2", 6'3", and the girl that was coming to see him was actual, small person. I don't want to offend nobody, midget, short person, small person, whatever you want to call it, right? And she had, rumors were she had a couple of kids by him. But the dynamics of how tall she was and how tall he was and how small she was crazy. It was super crazy. So at the end of the visits, when the visits is over, man, back then they changed because of things like this, people getting tore up. But when the visit was over, everybody used to get up and try to pat. They said, all right, visit's over, blow the whistle. Hey, visitors need to start leaving. We used to be able to just everybody get up and everybody be like walking their people towards the door. But that created a crowd where everybody is crowded up, and then the officers is just in there. They standing in the back. So dudes are trying to get mixed up in the crowd, get up against the wall, get their hugs on, get their kisses on, get their feels on, and all the other freaking things that they can get going on. And them just a couple of minutes. That's a lifetime in prison for when you ain't got nothing and you ain't used to this and this man, they be getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And they used to always say that old boy was so tall and she was so short that he used to always get up, and they used to get sits where they could get close to the wall and get close to the wall. And they say he used to just be standing up there just looking around so he could see all the officers and everything. And she was doing her thing, you know what I'm saying, her oil thing. You know what I'm saying? They said this was every weekend until somebody told on them because they jealous because they can't do it. They can't do it, and told on him, man, and the people targeted him and looked right at him and caught him, and he ended up losing his visits because of that. You know what I'm saying? But the rumor was every compound that he get transferred to and go on, she'll fight to get her visit back, and be doing the same thing. This is how dudes knew, right? But that's just like a crazy situation in there, man. But dudes have gotten caught in the act, and there's some dudes, man. I seen a crazy dude in there one time, man. He just got up, man, and just got on him, man, right there, man. The people said, man, what did you do? And he came, ran over there and stopped him right there. He's like, he just snapped out and went into a zone, man. And she was even saying, hold up, stop. It's just crazy. It just, you know what I'm saying, when you out of touch with something for so long, man, it's like the need for it in human contact, man, becomes overwhelming sometimes to people, man. And it's a lot of dudes is willing to take the risk on trying to, have sex or something like that in the visit room, knowing that if they get caught, knowing what the penalty is, they gonna take your visit, you going to the hole, a couple of months, whatever, you gonna have charged, your visit's gonna get suspended from your people. They may not be able to come see you on this compound at all no more. Man, dudes be like, man, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? For that moment, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of dudes that do that. And then when going all the way back up when I was in the wall, man, they said they even had women coming in there that was, prostitutes that was coming in there, selling it, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't care if they got caught, because if they got caught, then that visitor could get their visit suspended and they ain't worrying about them coming back anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? She may be suspended from coming in to see him, and she may use a different name and come in to see another dude, and the same thing may happen. The same thing may happen. That was going on when I was in the wall. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that visit room is active, man. It is active, man. With whatever you thinking about, it is active, man. Back then, too, back in the day, man, dudes used to come in there. I told you, wear your own clothes. Dudes was making zippers and with what you call that stuff? The sticky Velcro in the seam of their pants, man, where they had easy access, where they could pop their little joints open in the middle and the visit slide up close to them. And man, I'm telling you, man, that visit room, different, man. It's different, man. You're talking about, starving people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody that's starving, man, and you put all this food in front of them, man, they gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? People are starved for affection, and you put, visitors and females and their loved ones and their girlfriends and wives and fiancés in front of them, they want to eat. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to find a way. You know, so yeah, man. But I've seen a lot in them Jones over the years, man. Over the years, man. And it's been rumors years and years and decades that, man, there be so much going down in the visiting room and so much. They try to blame all the drugs for coming through the visiting room, which is asinine. With the amount of drugs that be on the institution, that's asinine. But they'll use those things, man. They've been rumored for years, say they're going to try to eventually stop all visits, man, where all visits will be non-contact. Non-contact. That means the person is locked up and never have human contact with the outside people until he is released, and whenever that may be. So what about the people who got life sentences? What about the people who never, getting out at all? They never be able to touch their son, their daughter, their grandkid. It's crazy. I'm telling you that if it ever comes to that, they threaten that for years and years and decades. If they ever come to that, you can look for probably the biggest riot that they ever had in the state of Virginia. Because dudes ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? And they know it. So that's probably why it's been a rumor. That's probably why it's been thrown out there. It's been an intimidation tactic. But dudes ain't going for that. I can tell you that right now. They definitely not going. Dudes that don't even get visits, you know what I'm saying, like that, who have hopes and dreams somebody gonna come see them one day, somebody gonna, you know what I'm saying, forgive them for whatever they did or mend bridges. Just with that hope alone, and you take that away, say you ain't gonna, man, them dudes gonna snap. They gonna snap just as sure as gross as they gonna snap, man. You know what I'm saying? They've snapped for less. They snapped, and then we went through riots for, controlled movement, for they won't let us just have as much movement as we used to have on the inside of the compound. That's one of the worst riots that I've been on. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, for controlled movement, then you tell them, man, you can't never see your kids no more. You can't never touch your kids no more. You can't touch your mama. You can't hug your mama. Man, ain't nobody going for that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going for that. So I hope they never do that, man. Plus, I believe that is, you know what I'm saying, more or less too, man. To me, it's inhumane, man. You know what I'm saying? You did what you did, and they put you in prison, and you paying your debt to society, man. But, you can't cut off a person's bloodline, man. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't. So, I just don't think that's right. And I think that puts a man mentality and his mental in a whole different space. In a whole different space, man. Some people need that. That is their driving force. That's their light at the end of the tunnel. That's what keeps them human. You know what I'm saying? Being around all of this inhumanity, that keeps them human. The fact that I could go see my mama, give my mama a hug. The fact that I could hug my kids if you in there long enough. The fact that I could hug my kids, my grandkids. And then you telling me no? It'll never? Man, no, man. So, so that visiting room is a big part of prison, man. A big part of prison, man. And like I say, you got dudes, they going over there, man, and they making it happen, man, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things I told y'all they got out there, you probably saying, how is that even possible? I said the same thing. How you get that out there, man? I've seen it, man. I've seen crazy stuff, man. The finesse, man. The pick and roll game, man. The draw attention game, man. The distraction game. They do it, man. They make it work, man. You know what I'm saying? They make it work. Them jokers, man. Shout out to the jokers, man, who make it happen in prison, man. You know what I'm saying? When it got to happen, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, visiting room is it's a wild thing, man. So, anything that y'all can think of, man, y'all can ask me in the comments, man. It might make me remember something else. This is off the top of my head, just the things that's at the forefront of my mind that I've seen in the visiting room, man. And it's normal to me. You know what I'm saying? Sad but true, but it's normal to me. It's not really, you know what I'm saying, nothing that excites me or it did when it was happening, but not now. So some of these things I may not remember or do remember and don't even think it's relevant to tell to y'all because it's just normality to me, but I got to understand who I'm talking to. It's not normal to y'all. Y'all might be like, what? But to me, it's like, it was just what back then, but then it's like, oh yeah, I seen that. I know they do that. Yeah, plenty of times. But, so, that's why I say talk to me in the comments, man. You might make me realize there's something that I think this, insignificant, this, important to y'all that y'all want to hear or need to know, man. So anyway, man, I wanted to drop that on y'all, man. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Make sure you comment, man, in the comments. Talk to me, man. I talk back, even if you just rep your city, man. Rep your city. If you ain't really got nothing to say, take a minute, man, and just rep your city, man, and let me know who really rocking with me and where they from. TBP Chicago, TBP California, man, TBP DMV. Let me know where you from, man. But hit me in the comments, man. Talk to me, I talk back. Like I say, it's a blessing, and every lesson is, and the blessing is, man, even when you lose your freedom, man, you don't have to lose your family. You understand me? You don't have to do that. Society want you to do that, but shout out to all the people, man, who still love their family regardless of where they are, regardless of their location, man. So I think that's a blessing, man. Definitely it is a blessing. It was a blessing for me. It was a big blessing for me. It was a needed blessing for me. But shout out to everybody who do that, man. And if you got somebody that's locked up, it's your loved one, your friend, or whatever, just show them a little love every now and then, man. It goes a long way. Really, really long way. But in the meantime, in between time, man, I catch y'all in the morning mud, man. I catch y'all at 6 o'clock, man. And if you really rocking with me and you ain't tired of seeing my ugly face that much, you'll catch me at the Twitch at night too, man. Usually at 7, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, man. Make good decisions, man. And duck them hooks. Ooh, I might be getting a little faster. Y'all let me know. Did you count them? Bam!
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.